Hello comrades and friends, and welcome to another episode of Grixis Grind. Today I'll be showing off bringing back a Jeskai styled Fires of Invention deck. And I do this because Jeskai Fires is 4 of the decks that is in the Mythic Championship. I have a imported list from Javier Dominguez that I pretty well based this off. Like, I based them off all of the deck lists, but especially off his one, mainly because I didn't think some of the card choices were all that good for us anyway. So, why choose Grixis over Jeskai? Well, Jeskai is more meta, and when you choose a less meta deck over a more meta deck, people won't really know what to expect from the less meta deck. And so you can get by that way. And otherwise, because Grixis is great and Nicol Bolas is our Lord and Savior. So, what does Grixis do that Jeskai doesn't? Why do we pick Grixis? Well, Grixis has Thought Erasure, Agonizing Remorse, and Kroxa. We have ways to make them discard cards so we can get rid of their threats before they even touch the field. It also has really good planeswalkers with Ashiok, Nicol Bolas, and Liliana. And finally, it has lots of cheap single target removal. I've only main decked Murderous Rider in this case, but I will be retuning the deck tomorrow. Anyway, so let's go for the Jeskai deck. So what does the Jeskai deck have that Grixis doesn't? Well, they have Teferi, which is a pretty big one. So it shuts off instants, and the bounce draw hits enchantments as well as creatures, of course. So while we have to settle for creature removal main deck, they have creature, enchantment, and artifact bounce and draw. So like a tempo swing. They have Dream Trawler and Kenrith as some pretty big win cons. They have Deafening Clarion and Shatter the Sky. Deafening Clarion especially against Mono Red because of the life gain that you can get, later on, and they have nothing that has more toughness than 3 unless they have a really big Steamkin. And they also get Shatter the Sky, which is just unconditional board wipe, which we don't get. We don't get that in black. R.I.P. Damnation. Yeah. They have targeted enchantment removal with Disenchant and Elspeth Conquers Death, the bounce of Teferi, that sort of thing. And in sideboard they get cards like Dovin's Veto. Javier Dominguez doesn't run it, but some of the other ones do. So, with that in mind, what should a Grixis Fires of Invention deck do? Well, it should, instead of getting Teferi, it should focus harder on discard. And instead of Kenrith and Dream Trawler as top-end win cons, it should go for a more planeswalker-focused style. So what are some strictly worse replacements that we'll have to settle with? So we'll get some subpar board wipes. Ritual of Soot is pretty well our best board wipe that we have. We could run Storm's Wrath, but that kills our own Murderous Rider, Sphinx of Foresight, Ashiok, Bolas, and Liliana if they've been hit down to 4, and all of the tokens made by those planeswalkers. And so we have to go for Ritual of Soot, even though it hits Kroxa, but Kroxa's a 2-of, and yeah. I'm not too sure whether I want to keep Kroxa. Anyway. In regards to enchantments, we'll have to deal with Pharika's Libation to try and get rid of them, which isn't so great because it's sacrifice, it's not targeted. And we could run cards like the Kenrith Twins as a sort of 3-mana substitute for the draw that Teferi gives, or Narset, we could do that as well. But I'm not sure it's quite good enough to replace that sort of Teferi style draw. So in the end, what did I do? Well, instead of Teferi, I put in Discard and Draw Power, so I have cards like Discovery and Kroxa, Agonizing Remorse, and Thought Erasure to replace the Teferi and Shimmer of Possibility and Omen of the Sea to replace that sort of small core there. Instead of Kenrith the Returned King and Dream Trawler, I've gone for Ashiok, Bolas, and Liliana. And instead of Deafening Clarion, I've instead gotten Ritual of Soot and Kill Spells, being currently Murderous Rider, but I will be adding in more kill spells for tomorrow's video. And I'll probably also have more creatures main board. So, why didn't I put in some of the following cards? Bonecrusher Giant. I didn't want to put Bonecrusher Giant in because I wasn't sure what I would take out for it. In hindsight, I could take out, like, say, Aether Gust for it. But as the pros are running Aether Gust mainboard, I'm wondering whether it's good for me to do the same. Cavalier of Gales. So I think that the 5-mana walkers are simply better than Cavalier of Gales, because the draw is nice and the shuffle is decent, but yeah, Ashiok and Bolas and Liliana, they're just amazing. They're really good planeswalkers. Cavalier of Midnight. Now, if I was to put Cavalier of Midnight, I would run it in the place of Cavalier of Gales, so in the slot that it usually takes up. And I'd only put it in if I put more creatures in, so I think that's what I might try tomorrow. Put more creatures in and Cavalier of Midnight, because Midnight could work really well, and the death trigger brings back some good creatures. Like, even if it just brings back a Kroxa to self-sacrifice all over again, it's still, like, discard. Next card, Brazen Borrower. Well, I'm not convinced that Brazen Borrower is all that good right now. Mono Red doesn't really care about a 3-1 flyer, especially since it can't block anything except for their pigeon, their phoenix, flying chicken, and the bounce does less than Bonecrusher Giant's Stomp, so I'd sooner run Bonecrusher Giant over Brazen Borrower. Azorius and Jeskai shut off the flash, so because they'll have Teferi, and Teferi can just bounce it anyways. It is good against Temur Reclamation while you don't have Fires of Invention on the field, which is sort of against what we want to do, because we want to have Fires of Invention on the field. Otherwise, it's a bit underwhelming. Robber of the Rich. So, in the sideboard of 2 of the Jeskai Fires of Invention decks, they have Robber of the Rich in the sideboard. And I'm not so sure that that card is good for Grixis as the pros think it is for Jeskai, simply because we run quite a lot of discard, and so we won't be getting the Robber of the Rich trigger, since we're just going to be discarding. Thief of Sanity. Now, I know I did say a couple days ago that I think Thief of Sanity is good in the meta. Well, that was before it got quite solved, because it's been solved for a few days now. And what I mean by that is back then you were seeing more Esper control and Rakdos Burn and even Simic Flash or Bant Ramp, Simic Ramp, that sort of thing. Don't see as much of that anymore since the World Championship deck lists have been put out and everyone's just going to be playing them. Oh, more people will be playing them. And so the 2/2 body gets killed by Shock and Stomp, which are played across Jeskai, Mono-Red, and Temur, and it also gets bounced by Teferi 3, so it's not good enough to stay to be able to hit. And finally, Atris, Oracle of Truths. Now I did just talk a lot of shit about Thief of Sanity's 2 toughness. But, that being said, I do like Atris because of the Enter the Battlefield ability. I'm not sure what I would cut for it. And as for other removal spells, I do think it would be good to branch out of Rider, because the life loss can hurt sometimes. I think maybe running Rampage and Eat would be good, but I'm not too sure. I don't want to completely remove Rider either, because the 2/3 is still a creature, and if you can get it to on the battlefield, it can block against Mono-Red for quite a while, which is good. Alright, now I've done a bit of a talk about some of the things about Grixis versus Jeskai Fires. I want to have a talk about the actual deck. So I'm running 2 Kroxa and Discovery to put cards in the bin, also Cavalier of Flames, and Thought Erasure can put things into the bin, as well as just playing spells and cracking Fabled Passage. And all put things in the bin. So Kroxa, it can come out. I will let you know that Fires of Invention will not help you with the escape cost, as I found out today, which is strange, because I thought that the Fires of Invention would allow it to work, but I literally have it on recording where I'm trying to, when I tried to cast a Kroxa from my graveyard, and I didn't have double red, double black. I think I only had 1 red, and I couldn't do it because I couldn't pay for it. So that was a bit strange, and well, now I know. So that's a bit more of a reason why maybe it's not good to run Kroxa. I've gone for a 2 and 4 split between Thought Erasure and Agonizing Remorse, mostly because the Surveil is really important, and while Agonizing Remorse is good, the life loss is terrible versus Mono-Red. I only run 3 Sphinx of Foresight. I've taken out 1 so I can fit in another Murderous Rider. I think it's still reliable enough to get into your hand most of the time. Only 3 Cavalier of Flames. I've taken out 1 to put in a Liliana, because I think the -4 is really important when your opponent has a Dream Trawler. And other than that, the mana base is pretty well based off the Jeskai one, except it's been rebalanced for my mana base here. It's still 27 land though, which is fine because Discovery can help get through some of that land if we're finding that we're flooding. As sideboard answers, we got Aether Gust for the Temur deck, so we can bounce that sort of shit. You can also bounce an opposing Fires of Invention, so that's good. And against Mono-Red, you can also it can be used somewhat like a counter spell depending on what you're doing. Fry, I have against Azorius, so I can get rid of Teferi, and I can also use it to get rid of a Dream Trawler, maybe. It's really good because you can't counter it, so yeah, just get rid of good shit. It also kills Kenrith again in the Jeskai match, and that's pretty good because Kenrith's really good. A playset of Dispute because Jeskai, Azorius, and Tima are all very much played, and they all run blue, so yeah. Cry for Mono Red because it kills lots of their things, not all of their things unfortunately, but lots, and the Exile is good if they have an Anax on the field. It won't kill Anax, but it will kill things around him, and it won't let them get the little satyrs. You got Pharika's Libation for enchantments, it's pretty good. You can, against enchantment creatures, if they don't have any other enchantments on the field, it's pretty nice. So against Mono Red, if they play Anax, you can libate the Anax, and yeah, that's pretty nice. Triple Legion Warboss. I would run 4, but I needed room for Erebos' Intervention against Mono Red. That's pretty much it, because I think Intervention's currently better than Enter the God Eternals, because you can cast it before turn 5, and even if you just cast it on turn 2 to give a Steamkin -1/-1, that's worth it. That is very worth it. So, pretty happy. I like Intervention. It's not the best, but it's pretty decent. And the life gain will save you. Anyway, I've been rambling about this for a long time. And so I'll get to the gameplay. I'll probably only have one game since I've been talking for so long. And yeah. Anyway, I will be updating this deck tomorrow. I'm probably going to be putting more creatures in and trying out Cavalier of Midnight as a backup Cavalier. So it should be interesting. Anyway, I thank you very much for watching. Good luck in your ranked games. And I hope you have a really nice day. Okie doke. Is this the Dark Eldraine board? I think it is. Alright, we got Remorse, Aether Gust. Yeah, this is good, but we do need to draw land, like 3 straight land in a row. So it's a little bit spooky, but I'm gonna do it because we run 27. Okay, Remorse isn't so good versus Mono Red, but Aether Gust is. Prefer not to do that. Ah, my lag. So rude. Okay. Save the Gust that away. I'll probably put it on top. It's still a hasty boy. And Beckley. They will be able to Ember Cleave. Oh, I mean, Jesus. Wow. I am just dead. I don't draw a Ritual of Soot. So we got a 4% chance to stay in this game. Otherwise I'm just dead. Yeah. We're dead. Alright, let's not reveal anything. Okay, let's go less, and none. Cool. Yes! Yes! What a good hand! Holy shit! You got Intervention, Aether Gust, and Ritual. Wow. That's insane. Absolutely incredible. Fires... Not really with this hand, I don't think. I think I more want to get, like, actual, like, proactive things to do. Probably intervene that, unless they do something better. Like that. They put it on bottom. That's interesting. I'm probably gonna intervene that. Okay, I might not intervene that then. So I can... Ritual of Soot. Oh, is that the right thing to do? Saves me 2 life though. Nah, yeah, I've locked myself into Ritual. If they don't play a creature, I'll just play the Murderous Rider. Okay. So I can still intervene for 4. Sorry, -3 with this. Oh, you know, I probably should have waited in case they had Rimrock Knight. Nope. Thought Erasure could actually be good here. Okay, we'll Thought Erase. There's the Rimrock Knight. Bone Crusher. Frenzy or Bone Crusher? Oh, I should probably get rid of the Frenzy, because Frenzy's just so good. Oh, if I knew I was gonna draw that though! Come on, man. Okay. If I knew I was gonna draw a Libation. Ah, dear. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I'm pretty dead. I should block the Steamkin. Alright, now I need to top deck another Ritual, or I'm dead. Alright, come on, Ritual of Soot. Ah, fuck. Neither of those are gonna do it. I should have gotten rid of that Bone Crusher. Ah, dear. That's unfortunate. Well, we got Sphinx to try and find more land, so not bad. And they do mulligan. This could be terrible against mono red though. Oh, I'm glad we skipped out on those. Looks stumpy, I go. Let's get rid of the worst offenders then. Yeah, so far they don't have a whole lot. I think I should play the Sphinx rather than Kroxa Aether Gust. They can't pay for the Barkhide now. no point in that because I'm going to be doing a Kroxa. No Nissa for you. Okay. One less fires because we've got the other Aether Gust. Probably don't want Remorse, right? It's a bit too much self-pain. What else do I cut? I don't really want to cut that. I think I prefer to cut Ashiok over a Cavalier. And then the final cut... maybe just like a Discovery Dispersal. Okay, the Libation's good. I'm not entirely keen on everything else, but the Libation's nice. Well, the Fires isn't bad though. Whatever. A bit of smoke. Nah, at this point, no. I got way too much land. Yeah, I should probably kill that Pelt Collector. Pretty fucking dead.
I am Scala's Vengeance, and I'm coming for you next.
Yikes. I don't think we can really change. Like, there's the argument of putting Remorse in, but that's just damage. I don't want to hurt myself versus them. Okay. No. Yeah, okay. And we'll put the... probably one of the Sphinxes back. Alright. Okay. Probably Nightly, because Yorvo dies to Ritual, as does the Lovestruck Beast. Alright, well I might Ritual now, because Lovestruck Beast can't attack without that little ditty 1/1. And that triple right will give us Cavalier if we draw a land. So we got Cavalier. But I think I keep Murderous Rider open for a Nissa. Right? I think that's the way I should do it.
Seek shelter in my stewardship. Rise, my elemental friend.
Killing a forest is such a good idea. Like, there's the argument to wait. Alright. I'll be discarding both of these. The force landing doesn't really do anything. Alright, that's good. Yeah, let's go. Gain some life. Get rid of that blocker. I do value the draw. Okay, well I don't really value that draw. Hey! Eat him out. Well, it is a bit of a classic gamer move on my part to just look at what the pros are doing and then try and make it Grixis, if it's not. Yeah, so I just looked up the 4 Jeskai decks that are in the championship and just like, well, what's the best amalgamation of cards that I could put together that is sort of like that? Like, we miss out on Teferi, Deafening Clarion, you know, Kenrith, But in its place you get like Hand Hate, Kroxa, stuff like that. And yeah. Anyway, I'll see what I can do with this deck to try and make it a bit better because it loses so hard to aggro. So yeah, maybe more Murderous Rider or something. Or even cheaper removal like this figure could also do good. Yeah, anyway, thanks very much for watching. Good luck in your ranked games. And I hope you have a really nice day.